We're going to talk more about Pope Francis's visit to Japan with Elisabeth Auvillain, a correspondent for the National Catholic Reporter. She joins us here in the studio. Thanks for coming. We appreciate having you here. Now, Pope Francis has been calling for nuclear disarmament on this trip to Japan. Is this a subject he's spoken on before?
Pope Francis always talked about peace, always denounced the arms, the race for more and more arms. And I think we have to remember Pope Francis is a very free man. Pope Francis is not, if we oppose him to one of his predecessors, John Paul, who was really a man of the Cold War, very touched by what he had experienced in Poland. Pope Francis comes from the Third World. He's very free, he's a Jesuit, and he wants to insist on peace as a real value. He doesn't just talk about it, he's very sensitive to the topic, and he thinks that nuclear arms are absolutely terrible, and I'm sure when you visit Nagasaki and Hiroshima, it's bound to be extremely strong. It's a Pope who wanted to go to Japan when he was like 21. First he wanted to go far away, to go to Japan, to see this country, and because of frail health, he was told, no, you cannot go as a missionary to Japan. So I think in a way he's fulfilling a dream. He wanted to see that country, and because he was struck by this enormous event that was the nuclear bomb.
Yes. Now, what other social issues is the Pope expected to discuss during this trip to Japan, apart from nuclear disarmament?
He's meeting Christians there, Catholics there, and it's a very interesting community because this community has survived throughout centuries. Even at a time, there were some Christians completely cut off from the rest of the world, a community of believers. This lasted for 250 years, which is a very long time, and this was really away from any institution. And it reminds us at a time when clericalism is kind of criticized, how a community of believers can exist without clerics, without priests, without authorities, just because of the faith of a few. And remember, Francis is not a man who defends the institution when he's going somewhere. He's a man who talks about the gospel and the message of God.
Thank you so much, Elisabeth Auvillain, for joining us here on the program. It's Elisabeth Auvillain, correspondent for the National Catholic Reporter.